Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurave Namaha. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev, and I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Om. Amen. It is by the grace of God and Sri Gurudev we all have assembled here to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Sri Gurudev's coming to West, 50th year, and also the 7th anniversary of this ashram, the Temple of Compassion. Even if it is end of September, till now it is quite hot and warm. It seems like Indian summer. Sri Gurudev loved very hot weather. Forget about air conditioning. He did not like to have, the fan or ventilator. When he lived in Miami, even in summer in his room there was room heater. And any visiting disciples went to his room, it was a penance for them, because to endure the temperature like sauna, but he was comfortable. Everything depends upon the mind. The mind feels, oh, too hot, too hot, too hot, too hot. Then when I came here, I heard that there was no rain, but I saw the plants are surviving, trees are surviving. When I go for a walk, I found even flowers in the pasture land, in meadow. Even it is hot summer, no water, still it is flowering. In India, the summer flower in big trees, I don't know the English name. It is also, you can find these trees here in Florida, also in South America. In Hindi, they call gulmohar. In Odia, they call Krishna Chuda. So a thought came to me when I thought of the name, beautiful name, Krishna Chuda. Krishna means the Lord. Chuda means on the top. One who has kept the Lord as the priority, the Lord on the top, it will flower, even it is hot summer. Where is our mind? How is our thought? Since yesterday we are here, which type of thought remaining continuously in our mind or in the undercurrent of the thought? That is why the masters say, As you think, so you become. As is the thought, so is the person and the personality. Which type of thought? We have been discussing here since yesterday, but since some time, this month, we the human beings, not only we the human, all need. A little shower can make this field green. The need. There is need. The plants need and they give. They give a lot. They give more than what they need. You just think, from dirty soil, from the atmosphere, and the plants are the only creation of God. Do you know? They're taking the elemental values, just like water and mineral, sunlight and air. They produce their own food. They produce food for the entire creation. Entire creation they produce. They produce food for the animals. They produce food for the humans. They give. Need is less and giving is more. That means whatever they are doing or their deed is more valuable for the entire creation. And on the contrary, the extreme, we the humans, we need, but we are not content with our needs. We want more, and more. And we do not understand what is the real need in life. What is the real need in life? Just to think. The first is breath. If the breath will stop for a moment, do you know, those who have read about the life of Lord Hanuman, when the Lord went in one leap to space and had to come back being unconscious, and I don't want to elaborate this story, the father of Lord Hanuman, Vayu, the wind god, was unhappy and taking the child on his own lap, sat in a cave and stopped, movement. Movement means even movement of air in your nose. It created, it was for a moment. It created so much havoc. Even in the heaven there was, to do instantly some step to convince Vayu, the wind god, to move. If the breath will not move, let there be air near the nose. It doesn't matter. I don't know if you have read a book, when the breath becomes air. I'm not promoting the book, I'm just telling. When the breath becomes air, meaning no breath anymore. And Kriya Yoga is based on breath. In every breath, where to keep your mind, how to love your breath, and with breath consciousness, how to live. Not to live for myself alone. I will also live for others. That is why we have been discussing about need, greed, and our deeds. Understanding life, understanding our needs, understanding the greedy nature, understanding our activities, thoughts, Sant Kabir is singing, Sadho जीवन की कर आशा, जीवन समझे, जीवन बुझे, जीवन मुक्ति निवासा, संतो साधो जीवन की कर आशा. Understand life, understand its beauty, understand it as a gift, understand it as an opportunity wherever we are. And even if I'm asking you, I'm not asking anybody, forget. We, those who have accepted spiritual path, we are listening to our teachers, listening to the words or reading the words of the masters. How do we live? What you are today, what I am today, or what we are today in this state, it is all our deed. We got a human body. If you read Tattvabodha, the path of knowledge in our Ashram's publication, Acharya Shankara is telling, we got this body, the gross body, it is for two reasons. One is from our own past karma, Satkarmajanya. From our past karma, past deed, it enabled us to get a human birth, and there is grace. Because each one of us, we all have two things. Our deed, if you think of our past, something good, and we don't know how much bad. God being kind on us, looking up our good, little good, okay, let this good deed be flourished in the person, become a human. We know, we have discussed, when we were in mother's womb, it is for everybody, every living human. When we were in mother's womb, we prayed to God. Because the memory was very strong. Memory of the past. Whatever I did, good, bad, everything. And that time, praying to God, oh God, give me birth, I will not forget you. That was prayer of you, prayer of me, prayer of every human being in mother's womb. Give me birth, I will not forget you. Just let us think, we are born. And what happened to us? Did you remember? Do we remember? Do we spend our time? Or time means not just sitting and... No. Again, the beauty of Kriya Yoga. Beauty of Kriya Yoga is 24 hours practice. Practice of Kriya in the background and doing your own work with love for God. We are on this path. I was reading about the Vinova's book this morning a little. He's talking about his mother. He said that if, he's talking of himself, in my life, I have learned a lot from many different sources. Living with, or in the company of many good people, great people, reading many holy books, the family where I grew up. If I keep on one side, whatever I learned from the life and experience and instruction of wise people and scriptures, everything on one side of the scale, one pan of the scale, the other side, what I learned from my mother, and my mother's, the learning from my mother is much heavier than anything else. Then he is telling about his simple example of the mother's life. He's telling my mother was a housewife. His main duty was to serve. Serve, cook, feed everybody. When everything is done, before she takes her food, she will sit for puja. And in the puja room, she will pray to God. She will offer everything as it is done. Offer flower, after that, she will hold her 2 years like this in front of the altar, in presence of God, and will pray, "O the Lord of the entire universe, forgive me for any mistake I have done unknowingly, in any way, any mistake I have done." And it was not just verbal words, she's praying and tears rolling down. And Vinova is telling, on special occasion while praying, we might have little tear out of devotion, but I have seen tear in her eyes every day. The tear of surrendering to God, tear of prayer, tear of love. You just think, it is not a story. And what is happening to us? We have so much of opportunity. For example, we are in ashram now, at least for, a thought came to me, who is the real resident in ashram? The thought came, for example, in this place, apart from God and Gurus, God is omnipresent, Guru's presence is the real resident at the cows. They are the real residents. And they are giving a lot. At least they are giving joy to us. At least they are giving. So we think I am resident. We all have come as temporary residents. It is not permanent residents. In permanent residence in this country is green card. But the card is no more green. Little green touch is there. I think in the past it must be green in color, maybe. That's why its name became green card. So, however, what is happening to us? Why we are forgetting? What is our deed? As I told you, what we are today, it is because of yesterday. What I'll be tomorrow, it is because of today. And one young brahmachari came to Sri Gurudev, he said, "What is my future?" He was living in ashram. He said, "What is my future?" I was sitting there in Gurudev's room. Gurudev said, "Your future is in your hand." Very simple answer. Your future is in your own hand. As we use our every moment, that matters. If I think of myself, I take two things. As I told you, getting this human body is past karma plus grace of God. Two things. What I am today is present karma along with the past plus grace of the Gurus. Their grace is there. Many times people ask, grace, 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 grace. Have grace on me, have mercy on me, have, in Hindi or Sanskrit, they tell kripa, daya. So, Sri Gurudev said, kripa is kru means you do, pa means you get. Kru means you do, pa means you get. As you do, so you'll get. Let us think a little deeper. We are on the path. We have accepted the presence of God. And God is where? Do you believe in it? Anybody who doesn't believe in omnipresence of God, raise up your hand. Nobody. That means you believe in omnipresence of God. If God is omnipresent, I'm telling if, whomever I am seeing, whatever I am seeing, whom, how can I see God in a person who is so nasty with me, misbehaving, bad with me? There is a devotional song in Hindi, Sadho Nindaka Mitra Hamari. Oh my friends, oh my seekers, those who are blaming me is my friend. Sadho Nindaka Mitra Hamari. He's my friend, she's my friend. One who is, do you know, always remember, those who praise you, they're not your real friends. Those who praise you, oh Swamiji, how nice was your talk. You are judging me. Anybody who praises you, remember, if anybody is telling, do not, real friend points out the mistake. A good friend or the enemy. And love the enemy. Come back again. Omnipresence of God. If we do not live in the presence of God, if we do not live in the presence of God, what will happen? Many people have wrong idea that something will happen. I'm meditating something. A little boy, not so much studied, or little dirty clothes, and went to a festival. And there was a person selling balloons. And in balloon, you put the gas, and the balloon can go high. Helium. So helium is called as noble gas. You know, there are some dangerous gas, there are some noble gases. And helium is in the group of noble gases. So he saw the balloons are flying. White, yellow, red. And he saw that he has also black balloon. He said, surely black balloon cannot fly so high. That little boy is telling this balloon seller. The balloon seller was very kind, and he said, no, you want to see the black? It went there so high. Then that man is that makes the balloon go high, not the color. Any color, balloon can be of any color. Now let us ask ourselves, what is inside? What is inside our heart? What is inside in our mind? What is inside our memory? What is inside? Jesus said, inside you hide ferocious wolves. Outside you cover up the sheep's clothing. Inside we hide negativity. Outside we present ourselves very nice. What is inside? And each one of us are very clearly aware of our own inside. Nobody will tell that I don't know. Each one of us. And we pose ourselves to very good, very nice, very intelligent, very loving. It's all one who knows. We know our own mistakes. Gurus know and God knows. We cannot deceive, Our eyes can be obstructed because of the wall. We can't see what is behind the wall. But one who is omnipresent, one who really accepts the omnipresence of God, the person's thought, words, activities, everything will be how it will be. But we are first, neither we are accepting, we are telling God is omnipresent. Suppose God is omnipresent, we accept it. Then I found some trouble in my body. I got a boil, pain. Can I think this pain is also God? You'll tell, if the pain is God, then this boil is God. Should I not go to the doctor? Yes, doctor is God. Doctor doing little, procedure, that is also God. Medicine is also God. When I was staying with Gurudev, anybody who came and told Gurudev, it is good, you can take it. He said, okay, it is good. Okay, give me, I'll take it. He took everything. Whoever gave anything, he took it. I was thinking, oh God, why he's taking all this stuff which is not needed? This is a body. It might have some other. For me, it is some other stuff. For him, it is God. Just to think, those who have read the life of Mirabai, a saint and a poet, about 500 years ago in India, she was a queen. But she left everything. And before she left, there was lots of troubles in her life. And she was given a cup of poison and informing her that this is the consecrated water, holy water from the temple. And she took it, drank it. Nothing happened to her. Nothing happened. If one is in God consciousness, even poison becomes nectar. If one is not in God consciousness, the mind is dirty, polluted, the nectar will be poison. Where are we? How is our mind? What type of, do you know, many times this thought came to me, we also discussed many times. Suppose at this moment God will ask, my child, I gave you human birth. I gave you opportunity much more than many others. You had a lot of provisions, good food, good dress, good education, in a good developed country, for example. All this good. You are also on the spiritual path. What have you done? What have you done? Somebody asked me a question in the last program. How can I be free from guilt consciousness that even after initiation I could not practice? Not to find guilt. This is a mistake. I did mistake. Don't think of this. If you realize the mistake is done, don't repeat it, move forward. Don't stick to it. I did wrong. Somebody put some thought in the head that I have not taken food. And that poisonous thought, I mean Pragyananda, that he didn't take food last night. And it was in the head the poison, the face the poison, the life the poison for 2.5 days. Why? It is all the play of the mind. To be very strict to one's own mind and thinking, yadrushi bhavanar yasya siddhiri bhavati tadrushi. as is your thought. People say thought. Do you know? Thought matters. Thought matters. Which type of thoughts? Anything is matter has energy. Thought is energy. Thought is power. Thought is strength. And we are misusing our thought. If the mind will be in positivity, love, devotion, can you imagine? Life will be so joyful. Problems will come, no problem. There is no person who had no problem. There was a sadhu in the Himalayas. It is not a story. It happened. And who was very, spiritually evolved, and one Sept businessman from Mumbai went with lot of fruits, sweets, clothes, some money. They go to it. So he bowed down to the sadhu. The sadhu asked, "How are you?" He said, "By your grace, everything is fine." "Everything is fine?" He said, "Yes, everything is fine. By your grace, business is going on well. By your grace, children are fine. By your grace, everybody is healthy. And so everything by your grace." Do you know what the sadhu said? "Throw away all these things, what he has brought. He's a sinner." Not a sinner, great sinner. One who has no trouble in life is a sinner. One who has trouble is grace. He's telling no trouble. I think you understood the message. Trouble is a blessing. Difficulty is an opportunity. But we don't understand. We think, why this trouble? Why this sickness to me? Why this thing happened to in my job? Why my boss is unhappy? Why my family? Anything is happening, it is not. I will accept it with love. I will accept and face it in a positive attitude. I will do everything that is to be done. Not to be, as I told you, the medicine is God, doctor is God, everything is God. I'll accept it in a joyful state. The joyfulness is needed. The deed. If we do not take care of your own mind, who will take care of it? It is your mind. And it is not only, suppose my outer body, if I cannot clean, somebody can help me to clean. But nobody will help to clean my mind. Nobody. It is only I am to clean. Nobody else. The mother can clean the body of the child. God will not hesitate to clean the outer body. But God is giving the opportunity for each one of us to clean ourselves, clean our own mind. God is not going to help. That is why there is suffering. That is why there is misery. Why I will not clean it? And it is so easy. It is not difficult. I was listening to Sri Gurudev. Gurudev is telling this morning, Gurudev is telling that is the real spiritual path, which is very simple. The real spiritual path is very simple. Yes, bending body might be difficult. Fasting might be difficult. But every breath loving God, is it difficult? It is so simple. But still we are not practicing. How much time it will take? Abhi nahi, to kabhi nahi. There is an expression in Hindi. What is in English? Abhi nahi, to kabhi nahi. If not now, it will be never. Now or never. Now or never. Realization is very easy. What is realization? Realization is realizing who am I. Nothing big thing will happen. You look, people speak of samadhi, samadhi, samadhi. All right. But samadhi, at which time it will come, it is His grace. It is His grace. But my effort to be in the state of divinity, every breath I will do it. The rest is in His hand. I will not waste my time. I will not waste my mind. I will not waste the opportunity. Every moment, I will be with the divine. Who stops you? Keep your eyes open. Keep your mind clean. Do not, the body is the temple. Many times we tell, keep the temple clean. Only cleaning the temple clean is not enough. It is necessary. It is primary, the first, but that is not enough. Clean the temple, again, decorate the temple. Clean the temple, be free from all negatives. Decorate the temple with all positive. These two things are needed. I'll clean my mind, I'll decorate my mind, and the easiest way of cleaning and decorating is remembering God in every breath. Remembering who am I in every breath. That is the easiest way. If I am aware of who am I, every breath, that means if I am united with. I am united with the divine now and here. There is no separation. Do you know who separates? Mind separates. Nothing else. Mind separates. People come and complain, even in the family life. My husband is like this, my wife is like this. It's all mind. Sit down together, resolve the issue. If it is put effort from your end, okay, to break anything is very easy. But to maintain, it needs effort and a bit difficult. Why can't I maintain it? Do you know, once we were flying in Australia, from one city to another city. One old lady, we had two Swamis, and the next was one old lady. So normally, as I do when I smile. Nowadays, I'm not talking silence, but normally I smile or fold my hands, or I ask, good morning or good evening, how are you? What is there wrong in speaking this? There is a saying in Sanskrit, Priya Vakya Pradhanena Sarve Tusyanti Jantava Tasmat Tadeva Vaktavyam Vachane Ka Daridrata. If you speak little lovingly, caringly, even the animals get pleased. They run behind you. And why you'll be miser in speaking or smiling a little? So, frowning face, gloomy face, sorrowful face. This face is not a seeker's face. There is a saying in Hindi, Hari ka das kabhi nahi hota udas. A lover of God is never dejected. A lover of God is never sorrowful. Always cheerful. Prasanna. Always. So, she was in her late 80s or so. Do you know what she did? She started her slowly talking, entire autobiography. Not autobiography of Yogi, autobiography of her. How she got married and how they got separated, and it was horrible. And then she was in Europe and her ex-husband in Europe, coincidentally, in their words, or accidentally in their words, but it is God's providence. They met each other in a restaurant. Again, they started talking. They got married, lived whole life. Children, grandchildren, husband is no more. And she has this thought, why this separation? It is all play of mind. However, to keep the mind on the track, it is the first duty or the deed of each spiritual seeker to take care of one's own mind. Mind means, you know the definition of mind, flow of thoughts. Vritti pravaha mana, flow of thoughts. Check gate. Control the flow. Regulate. Quality control. Which type of thought? What is the quality? Life passes away so quick. I cannot imagine that in this body I have spent so many years. In few days, why few days, in a week or so, I'll be completing 29 years in West. Oh God, 29 years in few days. 29 years. 30th year will begin. But time is flowing, time is flying. But how I am making my life, it is in my hand. And remember, every moment counts. Every moment counts. And if a moment is wasted unnecessarily in a negative way, it has big load of negative karma with one moment of sadness, sorrowfulness, unnecessarily. To keep the mind on the track, that is the deed. Every moment you see the plants, the birds, the butterfly, they do not, although I stay in my prison. I told this yesterday, or when I was talking, that prison is good. I was telling, prison is good. I was thinking to give talk on prison. I don't know how many of you have gone to prison. I have. Many times. Before becoming a monk, many times I went to the prison. After being a monk, few times to the prison. You'll say, what? You went to prison? Yes, I went to prison. Not as a prisoner. Not as a prisoner. Do you know, going to the prison, one prisoner became a monk. Going to the prison, I have gone. And however, it was nice to be in the prison. Do not, I'm talking of Indian prison, I don't know here. And the prisons, the entrance has the double door, double entrance. That is locked. They will open this, they will lock it. You will be in between two entrances, completely locked. They verify who are you, why you are going, and all this. Then the other will be opened for everybody. Very top security. Going to the prison. So I stay in my prison. Prison is my cell, prison cell. And it has, I have little, I look through, look at the birds, look at the butterfly, look at the wind, look at the movement of leaves. So nice. This is the prison. These are the window. What should I look? Should I look at the good thing? Or should I? As we discussed yesterday, God has given us these instruments. They have their function. And it should be action. And action, what action through the eyes? What action through the ears? What action through the mouth? What action through the hands? What action through the feet? Every moment. And do you know another thing? Is there any guarantee how long the breath will remain in you? I will tell a very simple thing. Paramahansa Yoganandaji planned to go to India. You know this? In the book Yogananda Sangha, there is a book published by our ashram. Swami Satyananda is writing about Yoganandaji. At the end of the book, there are 2 handwritten letters of Paramahansa Yoganandaji. Little English is there, mostly Bengali. If you read that letter, those letters, he is telling, I'm planning to go. He first wanted Swami Satyananda to come to USA. Satyananda said no. My Gurudev has told me for India, I'm happy with India. I'm not going. So he planned to come. Yukteswar's temple was built in 1951, 52, so it will be finished before he comes. It was the plan. It was plan of Yoganandaji to come to India. Could he come? Very simple, very best. He could not. Although he had the wish, could not. You will tell, did he not know this? Don't ask, this is Guru business. Question is, it is unknown. Somebody asked Gandhi that how to know we have real love for God. Gandhi said, at the time of death, if the name of God will be in your mouth, in your mind, that is real love for God. And Gandhi was assassinated. Bullet. The last word was haram. Oh God. So this is how he lived. At any moment, the breath will stop. Suppose you are thinking negative of somebody. Suppose. I'm not expecting this from you. Suppose thinking of negative and breath stops. Do you know what will happen? Do you know what will happen? In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord said, as is your last thought, so is your next. The last thought matters. Yam yam vapi smaran bhava tyajante te kalevaram tam tam eva eti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitam. In the Bhagavad Gita. As is the last thought while leaving the body, that takes you further where to go. If the mind is in negative thought at any moment, if the breath stops at that moment, that is why Kriya Yoga is so beautiful. Every moment with God, every breath with God, every work with God. Do you know, when I go for walk, or sometimes I have some few stoppages in my walk. I walk quite speedily. Among few stoppages, one is the window of the kitchen. Not always, but window of the kitchen. And there quietly observe who is doing what. Then I go and walk. Then I have some other stoppages. Other stoppages are different. One stoppage with our donkey. So one stoppage there, then I chant Sitaram, the donkey loop. Sitaram, then one step further. So why I'm telling the windows. Keep the windows open for good ventilation. But which ventilation? Which type of thought? Which type of mind I am? Do not waste a single moment at all. We came in empty hands. We'll go in empty hands. Today I was reading about from Binova. Binova came to Telangana because of some riots. He wanted, if I can be useful for people. So, and in that, he went to one village and the problem was really solved miraculously. Then while leaving, he said, I came in empty hands, I'm living in empty hands, but my heart is full. Because he was an instrument to bring peace in that village. And everything was solved by the village people then and there, without any. So he was so happy. Similarly, we came in empty hands. We have to live in empty hands. You cannot carry anything. Or you will carry. No, you can carry your degree. Do you know? My great uncle wanted me to have a PhD degree. He wanted. Gurudev told, you have already a PhD. He said DM. You have already DM degree. He told somebody he has DM. Did not tell me directly, but I undertook PhD, but I could not complete. No degree will go. The body will not go. Be careful, the mind will go. The mind will go. If the mind is dirty, polluted, all this memory, can you imagine? Again to begin the miserable life? Again? I was searching where there is in the Bible that this is the only life. Don't take it as criticism. I have been searching, I have not found. This is the only life. I have not found it. If anybody finds, can tell me, I'll be happy. I don't know. But whether this is the only life or not, this breath is the only breath, this breath. This moment is the only moment. For this day, for example, today is the day, is the only day up to 2023, September today, 25th, 24th. Do you know, please? My watch is already 25th. In my watch it is. So 24th. So it's the only day in our life. Then the next. And next, nobody knows. Why can't I use this moment joyfully, peacefully, lovingly? Nothing will go. The mind will go. Keep the mind clean. Don't make the mind dirty. Our deeds makes the mind clean or dirty. Our own deeds. And deed is of three types. Again, thought, words, and action. It is not that what I did physically. Ordinarily, people think what I did. We'll discuss about this deed as thoughts, words, and action again. But remember, every moment matters. Here and now. To conclude, a child was born in a communist family. The father was a communist leader, and he wrote in his office, God is nowhere. And the child was learning the language, learning all these words and One day he came and sat on the father's lap and said, I can read what is written there. The child, the father because the father loves the child, even if the communist, doesn't matter. So read. He said, G-O-D, God. All right. I-S is. Very good. N-O-W. Nowhere. He read N-O-W. Now. Then father was little, no, it is N-O. He said, no, you don't know English. N-O-W, now. H-E-R-E, here. God is now here. The father is telling God is nowhere. If not now and here, nowhere. If it is not now and here, then nowhere, really. That is the problem. Every moment, now and here. Every moment, asocyan annasocastam pragyavadamscha bhasase gatasun agatasuncha nanu socanti pandita. It is from the Bhagavad Gita. The one meaning is, intelligent people do not worry about the past and the future. They do not worry about the past and gatasun, agatasuncha. Gata means gone, the past. Agatasuncha, that which has not gone, means future. They don't worry. We worry about the past, we worry about the future, we miss the present. Thank you all. Let us close our eyes for a moment with deep love. Let us think of God and Sri Gurudev. Let us pray to God and Sri Gurudev. O God and Gurudev, you have given me a human birth. You have given me good education, upbringing. You have brought me to the spiritual path. You have helped me to understand my life better. Bless me, O God. Bless me, O Gurudev. I will not waste my mind. I will not waste my time. Every moment and every thought. It will be only for you, with you. Bless me to be a good child of yours, full of love, full of devotion, full of joy, full of cheerfulness. I'll face all the challenges with smile, with joy. Let us chant Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let all be happy and healthy. Let all be noble and divine. Let there be no suffering anywhere. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you. And I bow to the entire creation. Om. Amen. Thank you all. Few minutes